Welcome to Grown Men Chopping It Up with JR Rydha and Kerry with the K. This is a grown-up place for grown-up talk. Put the kids to bed and crank up the volume. And let's get to it.
Today's episode is brought to you by Twatopotamus, a clinically obese vagina where you can easily mistake folds of skin for a labia. Her twatopotamus needs to hop on a treadmill. Lord. Twatopotamus.
It was brought to us by who?
Twatopotamus. How can you have a clinically obese vagina? That might be a good thing. I might want one of those.
Wow.
Girl, break out your twatopotamus.
Hey, so we back.
With more hijinks. Wake your podcast up.
So let's start this episode off a little different. We didn't get into the question. Let's jump into it.
All right, we have a question from a listener named Carnisha. She says, "Is it wrong?"
Were you supposed to tell her name?
Yeah, she don't care.
Oh, okay.
Carnisha, come on, like how many of those are there?
Right.
Like she eats people. Probably 1,000 pounds. I'm kidding. Is it wrong for a woman to expect her man to take care of things around the house? For example, if I notice a light bulb out, air filter needs to be changed, carpet needs cleaning, I expect my man to take care of it. The problem is that he's a huge procrastinator and does things on his time, so half the time I end up taking care of it. And yes, I have talked to him about it and it still hasn't changed. Should I be upset about this or just accept it?
Okay. I think that we you want to know how I feel about it?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So I fix stuff for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm at work all day and I got to fix things, right? Everybody comes to me when there's a problem. So you would think that everything gets fixed at my house, which it doesn't.
Right.
Because at some point you want to turn your brain off.
Mm-hmm.
So with my partner, I would want to be with somebody who doesn't stress me about that.
Yeah.
But I also have to not stress her about the things that she's in charge of in the house. So I can't, demand that I have food at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't demand that my laundry is good enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Same.
I have to be as open-minded in what I want her to do. So if you're in a relationship, then for her, what I would say is it matters on how your dude runs things. If he's a person who he's on your neck about something, then yeah, you can be on his neck about it.
Yeah.
But if he's not, then you got to show the same whatever, because you got to show somebody how you want things. So when you come at him about something that you expect him to do, you're like, hey, when I do X, Y, Z, the reason why I jump on it is because of this. Yeah. And they should be able to see it. So if you get with somebody and they can't see your effort and they don't know how to return it, then you're probably not really in a good relationship anyway. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? So it's more than, to me, it's how you guys set it up. So people who complain about stuff, if you're handling your business on point, then you can expect it to be handled on point.
Yeah.
If you're not, then I don't think that, And if you have established gender roles, what were you doing before you met him?
Changing light bulbs.
Yeah, women act like, they act like they was invalids before the person came along. I'm going to tell you a quick story real quick. And it goes into another thing, too. I was dating a girl, and one day she said, hey, I need some windshield wipers. I said, oh, okay. She's like, oh, I need the... No. She said it in a way... She was like, man, I can't believe that I'm driving and I need windshield wipers.
Like hint.
And I was like, how the fuck would I know that you need windshield wipers? I never drive your car. Right. I don't know anything about it. Right? We weren't living together, none of this stuff. So we haven't even established any of these things. But she came at me sideways about it, right? So that immediately made me not give a fuck about the windshield wipers.
Right. Fuck them windshield wipers.
And she ended up saying it again. And I just kind of lost it at that point. We have not established a pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't established any of that. And if that's something that you need, ask me.
Yeah.
Like, don't come across like there's a lack that I'm not doing because of, you see, but there goes somebody holding on to their previous relationship and then pushing it over to you.
See?
Everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
There's some dudes I know who don't like to do nothing mechanical.
Yeah.
Period.
Or it can't.
They rather pay somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you messing with. So that's why
It still gets done.
and so the other part to that, what I said, there was a meme, and I've seen two different women posted, and it was like the girl needed a headlight, or maybe it'd have been windshield wipers, and then the dude at church or something put a windshield
Yeah, I
wiper.
remember that one.
Don't never leave an opening so a man, and I was like, that's a slippery slope to go down.
That's a really whole way to think.
Oh, but I would love that, because if you came in and you was like, he put this down because of what you wasn't doing, you better be sucking a whole lot of dick. I mean, that motherfucker better stay wet. I better catch the flu because I'm always wet. Because the second you don't, I would have.
Such and such from the church.
So the church hooked it up. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to start opening up to these ultimatums. If that person ain't that person that do that, then that's who you with.
Yeah.
Either accept it or move on.
Yeah, because the other meme says something like, don't allow another man to make your woman smile.
Yeah.
That's stupid. The UPS man makes your woman smile when he brings the package. You know what I'm saying? The mailman.
Yeah.
The dude at the counter. That's hella stupid to think that just because a man made your woman smile, that she's whole enough to do something with him.
Right.
I mean, what do you think about this woman?
I mean, yeah, right. But you know what? I think, I don't know if we ever said this before, but I think that broke women are let's not just say women. People who are not financially secure a lot of times
All right.
say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I've rarely, I'm just talking about my experience, and maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen too many successful women or successful dudes post on how miserable men and women are on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, any of my friends that are financially secure, I've never seen one post about how niggas ain't shit, or how women, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of goes back again to when people aren't happy with themselves.
Yeah. Self-love.
That they and that's because they didn't stay focused on their goals. They were too busy trying to be in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're dating somebody, just because you need them to fix stuff around the house, then maybe that's the kind of person you should have been dating. You shouldn't have to have this conversation, right?
Right, exactly. So if I would say also to unless it's something that's a safety issue, just wait. I mean, the carpet needed to be cleaned is gonna need to be cleaned today, tomorrow, and the next day. If he has shit on his plate that he has to do, he will get to it. Unless it's like, if it's a safety issue, do that shit yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife does that.
And there's nothing wrong with helping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I'm horrible. All kind of shit be loose around the house, doorknobs and shit. I'm gonna get to it.
Exactly, but and knowing that you're gonna get to it should be enough. Because if I'm home by myself and my wife isn't there, I'm not gonna wait for her to get home to cook.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there like, oh boy, I've been waiting for you to make something to eat. I mean, I'm gonna lose my survival instinct because of that. No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to establish, like, if you do that to somebody, you gotta be willing to accept what's gonna come from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to be, oh, this is done, but are you ready for the flip side of it?
Yeah. Because it can be turned around. He can be like, hey, this dick is not gonna suck itself. Get to work.
Or like you said, the neighbor, hey, neighbor hooked me up.
You know what I'm saying?
It was taking too long.
I got tired of waiting, and you allowed her to make me smile.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my thought about
So
it.
tell her to ease up.
Yeah, and then I think there goes the lack of communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how important is it worth the argument?
Yeah, to change the light bulb.
Change the light bulb.
An air filter. Come on, you just put that in. Shit.
Why can't he just go do it?
Yeah. Well, if it's air filter in a car, all it is unscrew the little top thing and slap it in there. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he wants her to have a wreck. Shit. Carnisha. Run into something, bitch.
So yeah, I was trying to find the meme, and where it was, don't let another man blah blah blah. I can't find it. This girl posts a lot.
Well, there's another question while we're waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
This is from a woman named Kimberly.
No, you're on a roll.
They said it's okay to give their name.
Okay.
She said, after several rounds of chemo and the removal of most of his prostate, my friend's hubby is no longer able to get an erection. And they're only in their 50s. Would she be wrong to get a boyfriend?
Yeah.
First of all, I say only in your 50s. Nigga, that's half a century.
Well, are they married?
Boyfriend. Oh, she says my friend's hubby. Yeah, so they are married.
Yep. Nope. Can't do anything.
And she would be wrong.
Yep. She would be. Sickness and health.
Because why is she... I mean, an erection is one thing. It's one part of your relationship is him getting an erection. He can still lick it. You can still use toys and stuff. But why you have to get a boyfriend because he just can't put his own penis in you? That's selfish.
No, it's just good. I mean, it started with the apple.
Yeah, Eve did it.
I mean,
who the fuck talks to a snake in a bush? I see a snake in a bush, I'm trying to kill it.
Would she be wow? That's a see.
There are a lot of women that would say no, because
Are you sure?
They're basing sex on being happy in a relationship. At 50 though, they're in their 50s. Come on.
50's not old.
That's what I'm saying though. But let's say in their 50s they've been married for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. He's earned more brownie points than that. You go get a boyfriend on him. You go get a 20-year-old dude, he gonna blow her back out. And then he's sitting there all sad and shit. And especially if she make him have to watch or something dumb like that. I mean,
What kind of porn are you watching?
that's cuckold porn, actually. There's a porn genre like that. The husband watches the wife get pounded out by another guy.
Yeah, I know, and you seem to be pretty good because this sounds like I was just waiting for the music to start.
I watch all that stuff. I actually did find a new genre of porn that I never knew about.
Oh, Peggy?
I knew about that. I didn't do it though. It's called Masturbation Appreciation. Where the woman on the screen is telling you to masturbate. It's like, wow, that's great. I didn't know they actually talk to you.
Really?
It's Masturbation Encouragement and Appreciation.
What?
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
I heard about it on a podcast. What's his name? One of the Wayans brothers said he watches that stuff.
And how do they motivate you?
They talk to you about like, come on. They give him like a countdown. He said like the lady will give him a countdown like, okay, when I count to 10, we're gonna nut together.
Like a long distance relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Phone sex without knowing the person.
Wow.
Stranger phone sex.
And she talks to you.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's pretty cool though.
I'll take it. I watched a few of them. Seems good to me.
Did you make it to the count?
1, 2. Okay, I'm done. Then you turn it off and be like, that was disgusting.
Does she have on clothes?
No.
They're naked.
There was no clothes. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
So they're naked.
Yeah.
And they're counting you down.
Mm-hmm. And they're playing with themselves, and it's supposed to be a good time.
Does it seem like they're talking to you?
Yeah, because they're looking right in the camera.
So it feels personal.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you. If they knew your name, boy, that would be something else. Computers will probably be able to do that later.
Wow. What's it called again?
It's Masturbation Encouragement.
So, I'm stuck in car porn.
Wow.
I don't know why, but just like I've been wanting to watch like people in cars.
Like Bang Bus.
No. Wow. What's that?
Porn expert. There's these guys driving around in a bus. And
How many guys?
It's probably 2.
Okay.
Because one guy drives, 3. Because one guy drives, the other guy films, and the other guy does the girl.
Okay.
They supposedly pick up a woman on the street and have sex with her. We know it's all staged, but the premise is good for us. I mean, you're like, hey, he just picked up a hot chick. And fucked her.
I like the one that's the taxi cab.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a fake cab.
It's like that the money cab, but not that.
Yeah, it's like the money cab, but it's like fake cab. And sometimes it'd be like, Ebony chick doesn't have cab fare.
So she pays with her ass.
Yeah, but he always goes like to like the bushes. I mean, not the bushes, but it'd be like a clearing.
Yeah.
And he has one door open.
That's wild.
He's a white guy, and his face gets blurred. So it makes it seem like it's really a taxi cab.
See? Maybe it is, huh?
But it's funny if your girl sends you a picture and she's in the cab like, I just got picked up.
Oh, no. Get out.
Yeah, but I've been stuck on that for like a minute now. Like, it just seems like, I don't know, like real.
Wow.
Oh, and there's like so sad thing going on in the world, Tumblr.
Oh, yeah. It's bad news.
Oh, so sad.
Tumblr's going bye-bye.
I think they're gonna like so Tumblr's no longer gonna have adult content.
Because there's a lot of adult content on Tumblr.
A lot of adult content.
Maybe that's what they're tired of.
But I mean, I think they're gonna lose because what else is on there?
Well, I don't know.
What else would you need to go there for? Like everything else, you just go to Pinterest.
Yeah, I think people went to Tumblr for pictures before Pinterest.
Yeah, but nobody does that now.
No, they don't anymore.
Then they go for porn.
Tumblr's gonna go bye-bye.
Such a bad decision.
Leave the porn, Tumblr.
Yeah. All right. What was it? What was the question? Where are we at now?
Oh, we finished that question.
Oh.
She shouldn't get a boyfriend if he can't maintain an erection because this man's been through a lot.
Well, if she asks him, I mean, you can always do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be understanding.
Because I think Christopher Reeves, before he died, he allowed his wife to have somebody because all he can move is his finger. She could have done with that. Selfish.
For real. All right, let's get into a topic. You want to go or you want me to go?
Oh, you go.
Okay, I gotta find my note. It's funny, will you ever trip when you look for an app and you can't find it on your phone? And then when you don't need it, it's just there all the time?
You see it every day.
Every day.
Where's that app again?
So I want to talk about something, like I said, I was having this conversation, picking up from the last podcast, with these people that were newly single. And they were talking about like online dating. And they, some people are still opposed to online dating. Like if especially people that have been in long-term relationships, they now get out of them and don't understand that the kind of world has changed a little bit, right? I think they said, 80% of relationships start online now?
Yeah.
In some form or another. If it's a DM, if it's, the different dating sites or whatever. And I think that, so I just wanted to give some advice, or we could give them some advice on just dating in a new era.
See?
Right? And, first thing I was trying to tell them was to get focused. So get focused in your life, right? Straighten out your house, straighten out your kitchen, straighten out your, straighten out your space to where everything just flows for you. Because if you have chaos in your life, you can't bring anybody into that.
No, and they notice it too.
I don't think that I could date again after being divorced. Until I got my money right, until I got my credit where I wanted it to be, until I got my card, until I got my this, I had to have everything just lined up and focused, because then I didn't have to focus on any of that other stuff.
Yeah.
I could just focus on my relationship. I think more women need to make the first move. I can remember a DM that I got that I thought was the sweetest. And it was before I shoot my shot, are you single?
Wow.
I mean, that's simple.
Yeah.
And if the person doesn't bite, that's fine. Because you didn't come across as thirsty. You just came across as like having a sense of humor.
Yeah. Humor gets you in most of the time.
And so you let the person know that you're interested. And one thing about men, we're so fucking simple. We're so simple. Things like that, we'll remember it for the rest of our lives.
Yep.
And women, and then the biggest thing I think women need to do is date like men.
Right. Why not?
And somebody asked me what that meant. Men will date multiple people. Because you're trying to see your options. Women put so much focus on one person that they end up missing out, so to speak. I'm not saying you got to sleep with everybody.
Right.
Unless that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, go ahead.
You want to test drive it?
But if you don't, date like a man. Date multiple people. Date outside the box. Try something that you haven't tried before. Use dating as a way to expand your life.
Yeah.
So if you date multiple people, you might date somebody who you never been to an Indian restaurant. Go to the Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
You might date somebody who want to go skydiving. Go skydiving. Make it fun. Do it for a purpose. Everything doesn't have to be okay, so every relationship, stop being 0 to 60.
Right.
It isn't, we're just gonna be in love.
Yeah.
Or I'm only dating for this. Date for,
we go together.
Date for a purpose. Date for things that you want to do. Meet people who, maybe like going to the movies. Maybe like going to right there, into the forest. You want to go hiking. You can talk to different people and different things, and have different kind of friends, because some of the people that are some of my closest friends are people where we might have talked or whatever, but it never turned into anything. But they were great people, so we became friends.
Yeah.
And I learned so many different things based on being open, beside of a romantic interaction. Talk to somebody about what you're feeling as far as dating. Because if you talk to somebody, I'm talking about professionally,
right,
you can get some of your demons out and some of your, because sometimes we hold on to them. I've held on to heartbreak that was 20 years ago. And the person ain't worried about me. I'm sitting there, I ain't trusting a bitch because of shit that happened. Why?
Trust them hoes.
You know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. You letting that person, rent space in your head?
That's what they say.
So, that's my advice. There's just a little bit of things. But the number one thing I think people need to do is learn how to be comfortable with themselves first. Then you can be with somebody else.
See?
That was it.
That makes sense.
I'm having too much fun.
Goddamn sound effects.
You start your next topic.
All right, so what's supposed to be my topic is
Sure.
the reasons for marital failure amongst African Americans.
Ooh.
And these are only a few.
All right.
And supposedly there's a lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah, they and it goes kind of to what you were saying. The first one is self-hatred. Looking for someone to love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, many people are their own worst enemy, but are totally unconscious of this fact.
Mm-hmm.
When something goes wrong in your life, do you chalk it up to a learning experience or a human error? Or do you say, this is where it begins to replay old abusive languages or audio in your head? Mm-hmm. So you have, like you said last time, you have to love yourself.
Preach on, brother.
You can spend a significant portion of your life trying to find love until you come to the realization that you will not be able to reciprocate the love you find if you do not already love yourself.
That's big.
That's big. Because that's what they should be trying to do anyway. So you don't need somebody to love you. You need to love yourself. And if you can't love yourself, you need a therapist. And they may teach you how to love yourself.
Yep.
The other thing is, next one is materialism meltdown, buying happiness.
Right.
Needless to say that capitalistic society, the corporate-owned media will actually be able to convince some African Americans that marrying someone with economic potential and the education to go along with it may actually be brainwash you into thinking that if you find a person who appears to be able to help purchase an upper middle class lifestyle may lead to lasting happiness.
Right.
That don't happen. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Right.
Money buys pleasure. It can never buy happiness.
No.
In fact, the pleasures that money buy often lead to the addictions that destroy relationships.
Right.
It's not an invitation to a life of poverty, often so propagated by a religious sector, but many blacks erroneously find poverty to be a blessing. But rather than, this is a dose of physiological realism that peace of mind cannot be purchased.
Peace of mind cannot be purchased. I agree with
It is
that.
not for sale. Many black marriages simply dissolve when one superficial partner is no longer content with the financial ceiling their partner has hit. A high maintenance partner man or woman, may spell disaster. Those individuals are self-centered and emotionally distant.
Yes.
So don't look for money to buy you happiness.
Money
It'll
buys-
buy you pleasure,
Money buys pleasure.
but it's not going to buy happiness. The next one is escaping misery. Looking for a way out of your pain. Many of us look for relationships not to satisfy our unmet needs or our economic desires, but rather as a life jacket to save us from dealing with personal challenges that we don't care to address. That's not going to help either.
Not at all.
All of us have things about ourselves that cause us great discomfort. Problems with relatives, health concerns, dietary issues, professional barriers, unfinished goals, problems on the job, unearned degrees, poor relations with our children, or emotional concerns, but yet we don't have the resolve or discipline to face them. Just as an alcoholic or drug user reaches for substances in times of inner pain and turmoil, you simply reach for a new relationship.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help at all, as all drugs must ultimately reach a point of tolerance. We're more required to retain the desired effect as soon as one relationship is no longer sufficient to distract us from our personal emotional issues. We discard it and reach for another, like a cookie. You can't reach. You reach for another cookie, make you fatter. The last one is post-traumatic relationship disorder, the ghost of relationships past. In an attempt to acquire happiness, which cannot be obtained,
right on the neck.
which cannot be obtained from outside sources, including people, many of us do not allow ourselves sufficient time to heal from long-term relationships or short-term exhausting relationships that have sapped our emotional, spiritual, and physiological energies. Between relationships, we all need a period of fasting, where we give our minds and souls the opportunity to heal and rest before we attempt to get it right the next time. We always hear talk about the need for dietary fasting and spiritual fasting, but now it's time for me to introduce the concept of relationship fasting. Yes, a period of non-dating. That should last at least the person's 3 months before you infect some innocent person's life with the negative energy of a past relationship. Just as with traumas, you need time to restabilize your inner self and regain a sense of reality. When you don't give yourself time off from forging new romantic attachments, you risk spoiling what otherwise would have been a perfectly good relationship with your psychic baggage from your previous love.
Woo!
You're not able to trust, love, commit, reciprocate, and be emotionally available for fear that he or she may be a rendition of the previously failed relationship.
How long do you need to fast from your previous relationship?
I say at least about 3 months.
3 months fast. So that means you get out of a relationship, you sit down somewhere for a couple months.
For a season.
And you don't mess with nobody for a little while.
Love yourself.
And then you recharge your batteries.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna help somebody here today.
Damn it. And that's one of the biggest problems with relationships in our community, as too many of us are spiritually infected with the unhealthy energies of past encounters, not to mention still in love with previous partners, thusly wasting the time of an innocent person who has a healthy relationship needs that you are not able to fulfill, since you still are preoccupied with someone who is no longer in your life or shouldn't be. That's powerful stuff.
Yeah, that really was.
So y'all get it right. If 3 months, if you think about 3 months, 3 months is a season.
Okay.
So wait a season before you get a reason to fuck with somebody else.
You can't wait that long. You got to get that thing up before then.
The best way to get over one man is under another.
Preach.
That's about it. Well, that's my topic.
All right. You know what? What we haven't did in a long time is we haven't did. Oh, dude! Now I gotta find it. Oh, so what we haven't did in a long time was my Ryda's rant. People tried to steal it, but it's ours. And I got a idea of what I was thinking, and and tell me what you think about this. And we hear it happen a lot between people that we know, right? They say they're dating, and the dude or the girl, their idea is to hustle.
Right.
So when things go wrong, so they had a job and it goes bad at the job, the first thing they think, oh, if I was still in the streets, this wouldn't be the thing.
Yeah.
And so you're dating somebody who, we might say they're square, right? They not in the streets, and
they're civilian.
Because everything that go wrong in their life, the first thing they holler when it comes to is hustle. And most people, not most people, but a lot of people that I talk to or that I talk to, right, they associate hustle with like selling drugs or doing something. And that, to me, that it's more hustles than that.
Yeah, that's not
the
the
hustle is never, I'm going to work 2 jobs. And if you're in a relationship with somebody and their hustle or whatever they're thinking to get over is something that could take them away from you, that you have to reevaluate your relationship. Yeah, and I'm saying this to a specific situation that I heard about. I'm not going to say names, but they listen to the podcast. So when the person keeps hollering, oh, if I was out in the streets, if I was doing this, I was doing that, it wouldn't be like that. They're not loving you. And here we're going back to the love and lust thing. Yeah. Maybe you guys are in a lustful relationship, but when it's love, they're going to think about ways to protect you. Yeah. So the hustle should be opposite of that.
Something that's not going to take me away from you.
Yeah, not something. But I never hear the hustle be, I don't need sleep. I'm about to work 2 jobs.
I'm gonna drive for Uber.
Forget that. I'm gonna do 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs. I never hear that being. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said the girl was gonna sell her food stamps.
Whoa.
And they say that's a hustle. That's not a hustle.
That's not a hustle.
Right? You're hustling backwards. Because if you take 500 stamps and you get 250, then you coming up short.
Yeah, you
but
hella
if you take
short.
you take that same 500 and get some food and start selling some plates and double up or triple up that money, that's hustle.
That's a real hustle.
So, it's like, but you got to understand the kind of people that you're dealing with. If that's their answer in those kind of situations, what will their answer be in other kind of situations? Yeah. So you can't support people like that and then expect them to treat you a certain way if their mentality is already off and is different than yours. So even this, right? If you're dating somebody and you're paying the majority of the bills, do they ever have a plan to get to the next level?
Like at what point
right,
are they trying to help?
Because a lot of times in the Bay Area, a lot of women make more money than men, right? But then you also have a lot of times where the guy makes more money. So if you're in a relationship and let's say the bill's splitting, if you're paying the majority of the bills, like does she ever have a plan to get to the next level?
Like what was y'all discussion of how long this was going to go on?
Right. Or, maybe like some people, some people as men feel like they're supposed to pay all the bills. You can't. I don't knock them for that. Hey, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Take care of your woman.
Yeah. It's good. But I just think that it always should be something where how do you guys get to the next level? But if that level where you at is fine, then that's where you are.
That's
But
where
you
wanna
can't
stay.
expect somebody who has a mentality like that to then be more, when you're talking about a different subject, of course they're going to respond that way. Because, of course they're going to drive your car with no license. Right? I mean, why wouldn't they?
That's what they do.
You notice the kind of decision making they make. Right?
Everything he decides on is risky.
Of course. Of course she's going to go help her friend fight. Of course she's going to go do that. It makes perfect sense to her.
Of course she'll spend a weekend in Vegas escorting.
Oh, yeah. Of course she wants to go on the all-girl lesbian trip to Black Ski Week.
Blow a whole check.
Of course. Of course she wants to. Of course she's going to do these things. But, so that's my rant for the day. Is that somebody's mentality when times are rough will let you know who the real person is.
That's true.
If you're at home and your water heater explodes right now and water goes all over the place and you gotta go put it together, will she stand there with you and hold the flashlight?
Right, exactly.
Will he help you, strap it to the back of your car?
What's their reaction?
When times are rough, right? The cream rises to the top.
Rises to the top. and it breaks the glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Bunch of bees.
Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah, so that's my point, and I just see it all the time.
Yeah, because a lot of people say that. I mean, if I was back on the block, I can make this and such. You could also be shot.
Yeah, and you know what? I seen this documentary today. It was on people being turned out in prison, and the way that they were talking about it, I never want to go to prison. I can't see how, knowing, I haven't seen actually somebody being raped or somebody being beat up because of something in a confined area.
Right.
You know what I mean? I haven't seen people having to join the Crips or the Bloods in order to protect themselves and
right.
being shanked and, making spreads. And,
I don't want to go through that.
Yeah, I haven't really experienced that, right? But when you tell me about it, I never want to do it.
Nope.
Nothing about it makes me say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I could do that.
No problem.
And when the way that they were describing turning people out, and I mean, my butthole just puckered. Really yeah.
Yeah, because 5 guys can hold you down. I mean, you can talk about how bad you are, but 5 dudes can hold you down and fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, they were talking about it was like a train wreck because I'm watching the documentary, but the whole time my face is like, what the fuck?
Why am I watching this?
And these guys are talking about when they get out, they were straight and they were just gay because they were in jail, and when they rape you, they they're beating you up, and then they make you put the lubricant on your own hand and loosen it up and put it in your butt.
Good Lord.
Because if you go say that they raped you, they say, no, you check his fingernails and everything. He put it on himself.
Good Lord.
So I'm like, I don't even want to have to defend myself in no shit like that.
They got politics behind it.
Yeah, so when people freely go to jail, it kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, that they might like it.
But just hearing about it made me, I put my seatbelt on. I registered my car.
Right.
I was just...
I repent to my sins.
Yeah. I spoke to God.
Make sure my taxes are paid.
I paid all my old taxes.
That's crazy.
I apologize to anybody who might have had a grudge with me. I mean, because it's like I was scared straight.
Damn.
that documentary scared me.
Yeah, jail's a horrible place.
So yeah, if somebody I was dating said anything that was close to going to jail, I would immediately have a problem. Because anybody who experienced it and says it's no big deal,
wow,
it's very unique.
Yeah, or very fucking tough, or liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing. It's a vacation.
Yeah.
Then they fart and it doesn't make a sound. Because there's no pucker to their ass.
I ain't want to wrap this one up.
Another one in the books. So all you people with no pucker.
So that concludes our show tonight. We know there's a lot of podcasts you could be listening to.
And should be listening to.
So we thank you for riding with us. I'm JR Rydha.
And I'm Kerry with a K. Make sure you look us up on Facebook or Instagram, or get at us on grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com. That's spelled out GROWNMENCHOPPINGITUP. And remember, everybody kneeling ain't praying.
Peace.